Hey team, I just wanted to come and I have my Periscope set to where it saves a recording for my to my phone, so I wanted to come, and this is more for me, but I wanted to share it with you guys as well. You know, our Dash experience is coming to a close. We still have a reception tonight and a big dinner and breakfast tomorrow, but you know, I just can't even believe we're here still. You know, a year ago, my life looked completely different. You know, last February is when Michael and I basically joined this business, and you know, if I wasn't couponing, we weren't really eating meals. You know, we spent a lot of time going to our in-laws' house to eat. I was couponing. I had a stockpile. I mean, life was pretty tough, and you know, we did that to ourselves. I wanted to stay home, and it just made more sense. So that was something that just, you know, we made that decision, and I shouldn't have been staying home because financially that just wasn't the smartest decision. But, you know, once we took this business and ran with it, guys, you know, everything changed. And today, hearing all the stories from the other top earners, you know, we all came from the same place. You know, nobody stood up there and said, I was so well off, I was so rich. It just wasn't like that at all. You know, I heard stories of moms who were on government assistance and food stamps and having to put things back in their grocery cart at the checkout because they couldn't afford to buy milk and for their kids. And it's just been really, really amazing to hang out with some of these top leaders and people that I looked up to and watch their videos to learn. And, you know, I still don't feel like I am in that position. I don't feel like I'm an ambassador. You know, I don't feel like I'm on the same level as some of these people, but I am. Like, I don't feel like people watch my videos and are inspired. You know, it's just hard for me to take all of that in. But I'm just like all of them. You know, we worked really, really hard, and, you know, our journey happened really quickly. And the other thing I learned is that, you know, I know sometimes it's hard for my team because they see my success happen so quickly, and it doesn't happen like that for everybody. But I watched some people who, you know, it took them a year to go diamond. It took them 7 years to go ambassador. So it just really, you know, when we say your journey is your journey, you have to embrace that. You can't compare it to me. You can't compare it to anyone else. And you can be here next year just like I am. So yeah, I had a lot of realizations today. And, you know, Mark challenged us to set dreams for ourselves, you know, because yeah, I'm at the top rank, but you guys have seen I haven't slowed down. I haven't stopped working. And that's because I see how much my life has changed. You know, when we had Keegan, he is 4. I was working, but barely working, and our insurance was so terrible. I had government insurance for Keegan, like as my secondary insurance. You know, our out of pocket for him was like $6,000. We couldn't afford that. So we had government assistance to help pay for that. When I was in college, I was on food stamps, and a lot of you guys probably don't know that. My parents had declared bankruptcy. They couldn't afford to help me go to college. You know, I worked 40 hours a week and put myself through college. I had a lot of scholarships, but I knew if I didn't get scholarships, I couldn't go. So that was hard. You know, all my books were bought used, and sometimes I would photocopy someone else's book because I couldn't afford to buy the books, you know. So yeah, like, we've been through a lot, you know, and some people, I think they look at, you know, Michael and I or other top earners, and they say, well, they're so lucky they just landed there. But the reality is, you know, I had a great childhood. I did. I had no idea my parents were struggling. I thought we were just a normal family, but we were struggling. And I had a birthday party every single year. I remember that as a kid. And, you know, my mom tells me now, like, that was a lot. And it was always a pool party, a sleepover at my house. But, you know, I looked forward to that every summer. And it was everything they could do to save up to buy a cake and presents. And I just never had I never knew that until I was older. And so I want my kids to have everything they could want. And I know it's not about the material things, but I just want to provide things for my kids that I didn't have the opportunity. I don't want them to have to work full-time in college. You know, I have been working full-time, or I was, since the day I turned 15. I was a bagger at a grocery store so that I could afford nicer clothes, to fit in at school. And, when I was 16, I was working the maximum amount of hours when I was 16 that I was allowed to work for the child labor laws. And, I paid my car payment. If I didn't work, I wouldn't have had a car. And I went to a high school that I was not zoned for. I was in a magnet program and I didn't want to take the bus. So I paid $262 every single month as a junior and senior in high school for my car. And that's how Michael and I met, actually, at the job I had working at Universal. So, Michael paid every dime for his car and his schooling as well. So we don't come from money at all. Not at all. So I feel like our team, Kim and her inspiration, I hope that we are showing you guys that we will never, ever forget where we came from. I don't care how much money I'm making. I mean, you guys know the income charts, what it took to be a top 75 earner. But, for me to go out and spend money, every time I go to the grocery store now and I don't use coupons, part of me is like, oh my God, I want to see the total. Please don't tell me, because, when I sell a wrap and make $25, I'm like, yes, $25, So I will never forget that. And, we're saving our money. We are paying off debt and going to pay cash for our new house and everything. But I feel like I'm rambling, but gosh, it's just crazy how we got here. And so anyway, Mark told us to dream, put our dreams out there for 2016. What do we want to do moving forward? And, I have 2.0. 2.0 is doing great. And, we kind of started over. We're building that team. But when we got married, this is huge for me. When we got married, and I had just turned 21, 2 months prior. I graduated college a year early, because really I was tired of working so hard and taking 18 credit hours. And so I got my bachelor's degree in 3 years, and I came home and we got married, and we could not afford a wedding. I was the little girl who dreamed about a fairy tale wedding, and, I know it's silly, but that's something I always dreamed about. And when it came time for that to happen, it couldn't happen. My family couldn't afford as much as they wanted to. They couldn't afford to help me. I got my dress on clearance at David's Bridal, and I had actually won like a couple $100 worth of coupons at a bridal show. And So Michael's family, they were in the same boat. They couldn't really help us pay for a wedding, so we ended up getting married on a cruise. All of my friends and family were able to come, and it was on the boat that was docked in port, so they all got on the boat, and they were able to stay for the reception, and then they were able to get off, and some people cruised with us. But my dress, the wedding, everything included, our room, so basically our honeymoon as well, was like $6,000. And Michael and I had saved up, and that's what we did. We didn't want to start our marriage with debt, and we did. We ended up some of that was put on a credit card. And so that was our wedding. I didn't have a real wedding photographer. We just had a good friend that had a nice camera who took pictures for us, and all of our pictures were taken inside the boat because it was raining outside. So anyway, my dream, ever since then, I didn't know how it would happen, but one day I told myself, we are going to somehow, I'm going to save money, we're going to make money, and I will be able to renew my vows and have another wedding. And, have it, the fairy tale, whatever. So in 2016, next August, is our 10-year wedding anniversary. And I guess I should start planning that sometime soon, but I want to renew our vows and get married. Well, not get married, but renew our vows on the beach, like similar to here. Maybe we'll do it here in Bradenton, but and I want my kids to be in it. I want Keegan and Delaney, and Molly will be walking by then, but I want them to be in the wedding, and I want to wear my exact same wedding dress, and I still have it. Hopefully I'll have to get it hemmed in a little bit, but yeah, and then I want to have a wedding photographer, a nice one, come and take pictures, and I want to do a trash the dress photo shoot, where I get in the ocean, and so that... some people it might sound silly and sound, a way to, wasting my money or whatever. But for me, that was just a dream I always had as a little girl. And that's huge. And that's what I want to do next year. That's part of my 2016 dream board. And I don't know how big or small it'll be or who will be invited or anything like that. I haven't thought about any of that. But to know that we'll be able to do that and pay cash and have my kids there, it's just going to be really awesome. So that's one of my dreams that I had to put out there for the world to hear. And the other is I want us to buy our dream house. I don't know yet if we're going to build or buy or whatever, but I would like that to happen. We have a very nice house, a house that we could barely afford. You know, we were living off of just Michael's firefighter income last year before I joined this, and one of his entire paychecks was a mortgage payment for us. So, you know, we had that. Then he had one other paycheck, which was like $1,200. So we lived off of $1,200, and within that $1,200 had to be our cell phone bill, our water, our power, our groceries, our diapers, every bill besides your mortgage. That's what we were living off of. So now I want a bigger house. Molly was such a huge blessing. You know, we could barely afford the 2 kids we had. So we did not think we would have any more. And then thanks to It Works, we brought Molly into the world last summer. And we did not have an office. When we bought our house in June of 2013, I was not in the business and we just had Molly, or not Molly, Delaney. So I don't have an office, which makes it a little bit difficult. So next year I would like to find our dream house and move. And we are going to Ireland next year. That's already planned. That trip has been planned. We didn't know how we were going to pay it. But some of our family is going with us. We were just going to go and put it on a credit card. You know, we've been talking about it for the last 5 years. So that is happening, and we are paying cash for that trip. We don't have to charge any of it. So I just got the 10% battery alert. But I just wanted to put it out there. I thought it was important to me, and I wanted to have a recording of it and share with you guys that I'm just like you guys. There's nothing special other than I have a drive and a passion, and this business is that vehicle. And we are changing the graph, meaning people still don't know who we are, and we are going to end this year so strong. I have so many of you guys on my own team going on the cruise with us. Some of you guys that just joined, so you put on your game face this summer. So if you didn't, that's okay. We have fourth quarter to just push into first quarter, and I hope that you guys that are watching have caught the vision and see what is possible. You could be here next summer with us, because Michael and I will be here. You know, there are 75 of us here, and 30 of us were not here last year. So this amazing view right now. Sorry, the sun is really bright, but it's getting ready to go down. We are having dinner. Actually, let me walk around here. You can see it. We are having dinner tonight and a reception on the beach. They have for us. You can kind of see it. You see there's white tents set up just beyond those palm trees over there. So we are having dinner tonight on the beach, and yeah, there's the pool we've been hanging out at, and Michael's inside with Molly. And so that's my story. We are just living the dream, guys, and we want you guys here with us. So it's not fun at the top unless you guys are here with us. So hopefully my story spoke to some of you guys. You know, I've built every dream I've ever had myself, and I haven't always had a lot of support. My mom is here helping watch out Molly, and I've had her support, but other people in my family, you know, haven't been there for us, and that's okay. You know, I've had Michael by my side since day one. And together, we are chasing our own dreams and changing the world. And that's what Michael says. You know, we are changing the world one dream at a time, one person at a time. And you guys on our team, we love you. You are our family. And you guys support us, and we support you. So I hope you guys have a great night. I will be bringing you more pictures and videos, I'm sure. And that's what I got for you. So I want to see all of you guys here with us next year. And that's what I got. Have a great night, guys.